Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino coming at you again today. I just watched all those from that clip I made of my 1,000 subscribers. Hands and Hayes and oh boy. All right. Anyways, thanks again to all those new subscribers and helping me hit that 1,000 mark. And I do want to say before we get too much deeper here, we are going to talk today about the Band on the Run, the latest editions, the Half Speed Master, the 50th anniversary release with the Underdubbed mixes. And I'm also going to go into a little bit of the history on some special edition Band on the Run offerings. But before we get started with that, once again, going to be thanking all those subscribers and thanks to any new subscribers. And there's been a lot again lately. I feel like once you hit that mark, you kind of build and build and build. And I feel like I'm on that path already. So thank you all so very much. This has been an amazing journey. A journey I didn't expect I'd get to this kind of level on. So thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this episode talking about Band on the Run. So yeah, we're a little late to celebrating. I guess we were a month or so off. But Band on the Run's 50th anniversary. We got a pretty, I think, cool little package released. Of course, we got the Half Speed Master, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about that. I'm not going to go too deep into it. One of these days, I've talked about it. I'm still trying to get a Dustino score figured out. Maybe I'll have you guys help me out figuring out the Dustino score. So be watching in my community thing and chime in on that. But anyways, we're going to talk a little bit about the Half Speed Master, which is one of the packages. And the other package is the 2 LP or 2 CD set that features on the LP the Half Speed Master, but also features the Underdub disc. Just kind of go through that a little, and I got realizing listening to it, there's been kind of a history on this with Band on the Run special editions, and I'm just going to reflect back on some of those other ones. So yeah, I've been really enjoying the Underdubbed 50th anniversary. I've listened through to the Half Speed Master one time. I haven't had a lot of time to be doing a lot lately, and I got through one listen of it and was really quite impressed with it. These Half Speed Masters have been really good. This one, I know I've heard a lot of people saying it's not as noticeable, and yes and no. I thought it sounded fantastic. I thought it sounded really good. And where I think it really shined was like the acoustic moments, when the acoustic guitar really hit in. I think those little moments really shined. The drums really sounded fantastic on it too. That's about as far as I'm going to go at this point on kind of reviewing the Half Speed Master. Now the underdubs I've really been listening to because of the CD aspect of it. So I've been really jamming out to it in my car and stuff. Plus I listened to the LP. Let's just take a look at that LP again. That cool package on it, kind of the passport package. I've been really enjoying it. I know there's people that are saying, oh, it's not worth it at all or whatever. And, it's kind of a cool development of the song. And I think it's actually pretty brave that Paul decided to do this, that MPL decided to go this route, because it is showing kind of a flawed product. And, everybody, really jumps down Paul all the time that, oh, he's not Mr. Perfect, or he's not this, he's not that. And, he isn't. Nobody is. Nobody is. I know he's a perfectionist, yes, but this isn't where, the perfection was coming. And this was just kind of laying it out. And I think that's cool in it on a couple of those, because you could already tell in his mind he had the plan there. He would know the little guitar line, or he'd know the little keyboard line. He'd be kind of humming it or doing his little with his mouth with it, instead of the actual noise coming out. And, I think it's kind of cool that he put, some bad vocals out there, not Band on the Run version, the second part of it, or I think when it kicked into the third part, those vocals didn't sound quite as good. I still don't think they sounded as bad as the first time I heard it. I remember when I watched it on YouTube, I was like, ooh, that was a choice. But since I've been listening to the Underdub version, on this form of media, it sounds a little different and it's not as bad. And I think it's kind of a cool kind of evolution of the music, and something, Band on the Run really hasn't had a lot of kind of can you go into the background on it, because of the fact the demos were stolen and all that. And I thought it would be fun to go back and listen to some of the older versions of these bonus discs. So there's really been kind of, now with the Underdub, 3 different packages so far over the years of Band on the Run, with kind of a special edition bonus disc added. One of them got reused when the next one came out, but still, that was only on the big package. But of course, we're talking the first one would be the Band on the Run, the 25th anniversary edition. And here's my copy of it. And it's a cool little 2-disc set, kind of a little box set, little mini box set. There's the back there. And if you haven't seen this yet, it just kind of pops out like this. It's kind of a digipack style in here. And I've still got this other disc. I don't know, when I bought this online, I got this weird disc with it. And there's the bonus disc, which is kind of a cool interview disc. Kind of interviewy, kind of not. Some snippets of the songs and stuff. It does come with a poster. Nice thick little book. So this is, if you haven't had this yet, it's worth seeking out. And I know they're not terribly expensive if you go finding it. And what's cool about this, I realized with all 3, of course, there is the 2 LP underdubbed one here. There it is, the 2 LP underdubbed one. So in this little package. And I thought it was really cool looking into the history on this. Now, I knew obviously the archive edition, because as you know, the archive collection, that's going to be the next one we're going to talk about. That had the 2 LP version, which pretty much sets you for all the stuff. But I was surprised to see in the late 90s, because this came out on March 9th of 1999, there was a 2 LP version of this too. So you can get that interview disc on LP. So very cool. And I mean, I might try to seek that out one of these days when I got some spare money and time to try to hunt it down. But I've really been enjoying this interview disc again. And there are a couple on there that are legitimate songs. I know there's the barn rehearsal Band on the Run. I really like that. That's cool. Linda's keyboards on that one are really kind of crazy. But I think it's a really kind of cool edition of it. And a couple of like sound check type ones on some other songs. And so you do get a few like full-length songs on there without just the interview stuff, but also hearing the story told by the people. I know it's one thing to read it all, and as you all know, I'm not much of a reader, but getting to hear the story told by them is really cool. A lot of the guests that were in the photo here for the cover, a lot of these actors and boxers and whatnot, that's all in there. They're all kind of on the disc there talking about their time. Dustin Hoffman's on talking about how when the Picasso's last words came to be, and how he kind of watched the birthing of a song. And he said it's hard to describe the feeling on that. And I see where he's coming from, but we've all witnessed it now. After the Get Back film or docuseries, we got to see Get Back go from just a couple of little notes, and it just kind of progressed and progressed and progressed, and all of a sudden there's that song we all know. So cool. So I see where he's talking on that now, because we got to witness that through documentary film, and he got to see it firsthand though, so I'd imagine that's even more impressive. But yeah, this is a cool little package. So if you haven't got it yet, get out and get it. Now, one thing though, you might already have it, slightly, if you got the big archive collection. I've got the little baby archive collection. Well, this is kind of the medium baby one. So the archive collection came out on November 2nd of 2010. Band on the Run was the first one in that series. And it kind of kicked off a little weird. I'm going to go through this because if you're familiar with the archive collection now, there's usually a 2-disc version, kind of a truncated, you got your remastered album and then the bonus disc with some bonus material. And then you got the big box with all the stuff. Well, when Band on the Run came out in 2010, there was a 1 CD version with the remastered album. There was a 2 CD and DVD version. It totally skipped just the 2 CD. I have not found just a 2 CD version of this. So you could get the 2 CD and DVD version, which this one is. There was also a 2 CD and 2 DVD version, which was through exclusive retailers. I know in the US it was Best Buy. I don't know if in the rest of the world if it was anywhere else. But you got a bonus little film with it, extra little DVD that was kind of pasted onto the front here. I've also got that one too, but I'm crazy. But yet I don't have the big one. And then, of course, there was the 3 CD and DVD version, which came in the book, as we all know. And that one was the third disc, the third CD was the interview disc from the 25th anniversary one here. That was really kind of nothing new. Now the middle disc, the second disc that would be in this set, is pretty cool. And another thing I thought was kind of interesting, Hell on Wheels was featured worldwide on the 25th anniversary version. It was not on this one, which makes sense because it was on that bonus disc. The bonus disc with the archives generally include the singles from that time, which Hell on Wheels would be a single associated with the Band on the Run period. So therefore, it's on the singles era there, and the B-sides for it. So you got all that on there. Plus you got, with Band on the Run, because there isn't a lot of demo stuff, and so forth and so on, which leads to question, if the Underdubbed was sitting there, why didn't that get used on the archive? I don't know. Anyways, the archive, what they made up for it with was there was the one-hand clapping live performance that was done, and they took the Band on the Run songs that were featured in that set list and put it on here. So you've got basically the singles and the B-sides on the bonus disc, and then the one-hand clapping Band on the Run songs in there. And I know Country Dreamer is in there. It wasn't from the one-hand clapping. I can't remember which one that's from. Words in the Corner will help me there. And that's also featured on there, a live version of that. So you got kind of two versions of Country Dreamer, which is really cool. Of course, that leads us to the Underdubbed, which did get the CD. So we do got the 2 CD plus the 2 LP. Yeah, it's still the 2010. So Band on the Run feels like it's kind of recycled from the past. so the 1999 25th anniversary, you did get a remastered version, plus you got the interview disc. Well, when 2010 came out, you got the archive collection, and you got the interview disc as the third bonus disc on the big sets, so doubled up there. Well, here we're not getting a bonus thing done, we're just getting the remaster done. So the 2010 remaster is what the album is on this one. And then we got the new Underdub mixes. I'll show you the track list again there. And yeah, like I said, I've really been enjoying them. I think, I know a lot of people say, oh, you'll listen to it once and you won't go back. No, I think I will, just to change it up a little. I'll go and listen to those Underdubs because I've found quite a bit that I've enjoyed in it. It's not so rough that it's unlistenable. And I think that's really cool. And I think it's, rough enough you can tell some differences. A couple of the songs you really couldn't. I knew Mammonia. That one, it's hard to tell the difference on. There was a couple other ones that were a little tough to tell. But, I think it's just cool kind of hearing it in a little different vibe, a little different feeling to it. And it is something I'll probably reflect back on. If I want to hear Band on the Run, but I'm like, oh, I'm in for listening to Band on the Run, but I kind of want a little different feel to it. So yeah, I'll go listen to it that way. Then that just hit me. Yeah, this is the 2010 remaster on that. So Hell on Wheels must be the 2010 remaster that would have been on the bonus disc here. Because yeah, Hell on Wheels is on the CD. That just kind of hit me. The full album didn't. Hell on Wheels wasn't included on that. So it must have been the 2010 remaster that would have went on the archive collection disc there. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to get just kind of wrapping it up with that. Of course, the Underdubbed was February 2nd of 2024, as we all know. So, and you had the 1 LP, 2 LP, and the 2 CD versions of it. Now, curious, as I said, you've kind of recycled throughout the years. Are they going to do like a super archive collection or like a new collection, a new super deluxe thing, in maybe 10 years time, seeing as it seems like the archive collection is dead? I really don't want it to be. Please, MPL and Paul, if you're listening, I doubt you are, but if you're listening, we want the archive collection to continue. At least get the Wings albums done. At least get London Town and Back to the Egg done. And I don't think you got that many more. If you skip, give my regards to Broad Street, do Press to Play, do Off the Ground, I think you've done good there. I really would like to see the archive collection kind of completed within that era. It seems like they bookended it already with, McCartney at the beginning, Flaming Pie at the end there. So there's kind of some stuff in the middle that needs to get filled in. So please fill in that middle and then just kind of call it good at that. It would be interesting to see if there is a new special edition type product that's brought out and we do see it featuring, the interview disc, stuff like the bonus disc in here, and stuff like the Underdub disc in here as the big package on that. So we don't know. We'll see. I'm guessing it would be at least a decade from now. So maybe the 60th anniversary might see that, or the 75th. Who knows? I guess that would just be quite a ways down the road yet. But anyways, I'm going to get wrapping it up on this, as I've already kind of said that once, but I didn't want to make this too long. And, stay tuned. Hopefully one day I will do a true review. I'm thinking of a cool way, and I think I can do reviews on this with this Dustino score, where you do a special edition like this. You could do different versions of it and see if the score comes out different. And that's why I'm trying to develop a really cool scoring system. Even the standard album, like how does a special edition, does it really help it, or does it hurt it, or does it just stay even? I'm trying to think of a cool way to score and still keep it lighthearted and fun, because I am not the type that's just, oh, this track is terrible, and I'm not that type. You guys all know that. You've been watching me for how long now, and I've got 1,000+ subscribers, and you know how I'm not that way. And I'm just trying to think of a fun way to do reviews that's totally the Beetle Dustino style, trying to figure out a cool scoring system on it. And one day Underdubbed will be on there. You'll probably see the archive on there, the 25th anniversary edition on there. So we'll figure it out. One day it'll happen. It'll probably be way down the road. But anyways, now I'm really rambling on that. So before I get rambling too much more, I do want to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. Like I always say, if you stuck around to this point, you must like it. So please give it a like, and do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know, do you have all these versions? The 25th, the archive, and now the Underdubbed? What's your favorite of the three? And do you think it's worth having all three in your collection? I think it is. I really do, with that bonus on there. It's kind of cool, adding each one of those in. And I love the packaging is a little different on each one. I think that's kind of cool too. So kind of a little, as the years progress, kind of packaging differences in that. And I don't know. I think it's fun. I love to collect. But anyways, I'm going to get signing out. I'm Beetle Dustino, signing out.